Next version you starts now.
Commit, don't quit. The moment most people give up. Day one felt like momentum. Energy was high. Vision was clear. Everything inside him said, "This is it. This is the start of something different, something better, something that would finally change everything." He woke up earlier, moved with purpose, showed up with intensity that felt new. And people noticed. At that stage, they always do. Because beginnings are loud. They're exciting. They're easy to celebrate. But day 10 felt different. The energy wasn't the same. The excitement started to fade. The routine started to feel like work. That's when it hit him for the first time. This wasn't going to be quick. The early motivation, it flickered. The initial fire, it cooled. And in its place, resistance showed up. Quiet at first, a thought here, a hesitation there. You can miss one day. You've done enough. It's not that serious. And for a moment, he listened. Not completely, but just enough to feel it. That pull back to comfort. That familiar voice that makes quitting feel reasonable. But he kept going. Not perfectly, but consistently. And then came day 30. No results, no applause, no visible proof that anything was working. Just effort, repeated over and over again, with nothing to show for it. At that moment, this is where most people stop. This is the valley, the space between excitement and achievement, where dreams don't explode, they fade. Quietly, one skipped day at a time, one excuse at a time, one "I'll start again tomorrow" at a time. Because without results, the mind starts to question everything. Is this even working? Am I wasting my time? Maybe this just isn't for me. And that voice, it gets louder in silence. Because there's no feedback, no validation, no evidence to fight it, just you and your decision. And he felt it, every bit of it. The doubt, the frustration, the temptation to stop and go back to what was easy. Because quitting doesn't feel like failure in that moment. It feels like relief. Relief from effort. Relief from uncertainty. Relief from showing up with no reward. And he almost took it. Almost convinced himself that starting was enough, that trying was enough, that maybe he didn't need to finish. But then, something cut through the noise, sharp, clear, unavoidable. He didn't start this just to start. He started to finish. And that thought, it changed the weight of everything. Because now it wasn't about how he felt. It was about who he said he'd become. And that version of him, that version doesn't quit. Not when it's hard. Not when it's boring. Not when no one is watching. That version shows up anyway. So he made a decision. Again. Not emotional, not dramatic, just final. He would keep going, no matter what it looked like, no matter how it felt, no matter how long it took. And that's when discipline replaced motivation. Because motivation is loud, but temporary. Discipline is quiet, but permanent. He stopped chasing the feeling and started honoring the commitment. Every day, he showed up. Not because he wanted to, but because he said he would. And slowly, the reps started stacking. One day turned into another. Another turned into a week into a month. Still no applause. Still no dramatic results. But something was happening. Something deeper, something invisible. At that moment, he wasn't building outcomes. He was building identity. Because every time he showed up when he didn't feel like it, he proved something to himself. I'm the kind of person who doesn't quit. And that belief, It started to solidify, stronger than doubt, stronger than excuses, stronger than the version of him that used to stop. The valley didn't disappear, but he stopped fearing it, because now he understood it. The valley isn't where dreams die. It's where they're tested, refined, proven. And only the ones who stay make it out. So he stayed. Through the silence, through the repetition, through the days that felt exactly the same. He stayed, choosing discipline over dopamine. Because dopamine is quick, easy, temporary. But discipline? Discipline builds something real, something that lasts, something that compounds. And then, one day, it shifted. Not all at once, not in some explosive moment, but quietly, subtly, undeniably. He noticed it in the mirror first, not physically, but in his eyes. There was certainty, calm, control. Then in his actions, things that used to feel hard felt normal. Things that used to require effort felt automatic. Because consistency had done its job. It had changed him, from the inside out. And then, the results followed, because they always do. Not when you want them to, but when you've become the person who can sustain them. That's when everything aligned. The effort, the identity, the outcome. And suddenly, he was living what others only talked about. The discipline they admired, the consistency they struggled with, the results they wished for. And they asked him, of course they did, what made the difference? They were looking for something else, a secret, a shortcut, a breakthrough moment, something they could copy without going through what he went through. But he knew the truth. There was no secret, no hack, no easy way around it. Just a decision made over and over again when it mattered most. So he smiled, not proudly, not arrogantly, just knowingly. And he said it. Commit, don't quit. Because that's it. That's the difference. Not talent, not luck, not perfect conditions. Commitment. The decision to keep going long after the excitement fades. Because anyone can start. That's easy. But finishing? Finishing requires something else, something deeper, something most people never build. Because they leave too early. They quit in the valley. They walk away right before things start to change. But not him, and not you if you choose it. Because right now, you might be in that space, that quiet middle, where nothing feels like it's working, where progress is invisible, where quitting feels justified. But this is the moment, the one that decides everything. Not the beginning, not the end. This, right here. Will you stop, or will you commit? Because the life you want isn't on the other side of excitement. It's on the other side of consistency. And the only way there is through.